Hi everyone and welcome back for this big big weekend review of what I did with this exact list that you can look at right now. So I'm gonna basically do resume, a bit of review. I went, I noted everything. So I went 2, 3, 2, so 7 plus 4. 7 plus 4 is 11. 11 wins for 5 losses and 2 draws over 4 tournaments. I played 3 side events and the big legacy, so the main event that was a 7 rounder with so this exact list. And I am I have some stuff to think about, and I'm gonna first say what I've against what I've lost, what are the matchups, what I feel about the deck currently, and what I'm going to change. Um, so yeah, let's start. So the first one was a side event. We were just 8. It was the Friday afternoon. Um, the first match was against, so it was only 3 rounds. The first match was against Monored Prison. I went 2-1. At the first one, I just had no removal and just died. No white mana, so that happens. Uh, the second match, but I won the 2 other. I had the counter for the first big threat, and yeah, just nothing much to say about this matchup. Second match was against Cradle Control. This is a buy for this deck. Basically, if you have Terminus on turn 2, turn 3, um, you basically won and you can gain enough time most of the time to get to your Terminus. Sometimes you can just play a Thwart, 2 Thwart Plowshares. So yeah, just do not stumble, and it's an easy win. And I did not. The third match was against Nadu Breakfast, and there was a lot of Nadu Breakfast in this event. More Nadu Breakfast than Reanimator. So uh, that's interesting to note. I don't know if it was specific to this event. It was more for the side events. At the main event, there was a bit of Reanimator, but not much, honestly. So, yeah, at my local, I almost never play against Reanimator. In the leagues, MTGO leagues, I never play against Reanimator. And even there, I think in total, I played against 1, 2 Reanimator, 3 Reanimator for how many matches? Um, 11 plus 5, 16, 18 match. For 18 matches, 3 reanimator. So yeah, it's fine, but not the crazy. It's not a tier 0 format. At least in my events, in all the events I play. So this is not a tier 0 format. At least people do not play it like it is. So against Nadu in the third match, I lost the first game. I stumbled a bit on my mana base, and yeah, basically get Nadud on turn 3, I guess. Get a breakfast on turn 3. And then I lost to basically I did not put the Entry the Angels in my main deck, and it was a big lesson I learned in this match. And I got exiled all my win conditions once again, and I lost. So uh, bring your Entry the Angels. I needed to do that against any Urza Saga deck, um, because the deck is very reliant on the graveyard to set up the mystic sanctuaries and stuff, and the opponent will think about it and put their graveyard hate. So yeah. Side event number 2. First match was against so it was a 4-rounder. We were 16. Reanimator. It was a quite an easy matchup. 2-0. I had the removal, and there was no Anthem Reanimates in either game, so that helps a lot. But even though I could have probably passed through, the second match against Doomsday, I lost 1-2. It was the turbo version, and he has a great draws all 3 games. I get basically the 3 games he resolves Doomsday, but on the second game I get Dress Down. Was it Dress Down? I don't remember. Yeah, it was a Dress Down, and I survived to Emrakul hitting me. It was the Sheldog Eye plus Emrakul sideboard against me. So, but then on the third one, yeah, the combination of 30s, Vexing Bubbles, Days, and yeah, it's just too fast. And the first, I really need to, in the first game, get a dress down, and otherwise I cannot win. I cannot cheese them out of their Doomsday, because stopping them from resolving Doomsday is impossible most of the time. But I played twice against the same player on Doomsday, and twice, if I had the dress down on the first game, I would have won. So yeah, I think the matchup is dress down dependent on the game one, and if I win the game one, I can win the match for sure. A lot of augmented change. The chances are higher for sure. So yeah, Doomsday. Then I played against Oops All Spells, and I drew all my counter magic. Uh, uh, I win 2-1. Then I played against Nadu. I think it was Breakfast Nadu, and I win 2-0. Yeah, it not no turbo opening from my opponent, and yeah, I did not stumble. Side event number 3, I played against the mirror match, not really, but against the 4-color European. I lost 0-2. Basically, we had the same opening, but he had one beanstalk more every time and one more force of will. So that's basically the matchup in a nutshell. I get the bye after that, so I do not count this as a match. I played against Nadu Breakfast in the third round. I lost 1-2. He had good draws, but and on the game 2 and 3, I drew all my win conditions, my thwart and my entreat, and yeah, I basically lose because of that. I need to draw better. Yeah, basically stumble a bit. Game number 4, match number 4, I play against a Brew. It's a mono blue Dreadnought deck, but with Ancient Tomb and Urza Saga. I think it's pretty good, but yeah, I win against that. It was a hard match, but it's a good matchup for me. And I had quite not not terrible enough to lose, but really not great openings. I think it's a good matchup for me. And then I played against Reanimator, and it was a bye basically. I had the interactions, so yeah, quite easy. I think my matchup against Reanimator is quite positive for me. Okay, so the big legacy, that was the next event, the last one, the big 7-rounder. And the first match I played against 4-color grid pile. What do I call grid pile? Well, he played Tamio, Frog, Beanstalk, so a 4-color package, and the mana base with, I guess, probably Leyland Bindings, the Triumphs, Caracas. So yeah, very, very greedy pile. I lost the first one, a wheel game, just played Tamio, Frog, Frog, and I had only one removal. So I lost to the frogs. That happens sometimes. And then I won the two other because I had Beanstalk early and resolved. Second match, I played against Artifact combo, Grim Monolith, Ring, Karn, this type of deck. It was a draw. The player was extremely slow to play, so that's why it happens. And every game, turn one was Vexing Bubble, and turn two, three, there was one ring. Every game. Even though I won one, I lost the first one, I win one, and I probably win the third one, even though the ring drew them like, I don't know, 5 or 6 card. Yeah, so I think it's fine matchup. Just need to be the matchup. I just need to urge my opponent to play faster. The third match was against UB Blue Black Tempo, Nethergoyf and stuff. Once again, my opponent was extremely slow and basically changed the result of the match. I win the first game quite easily, but sometimes my opponents likes to be in the purgatory and continue playing even though they have no chance to win anyway. So I win like maybe, I don't know, it's a 20-25 minutes game in the 50 minutes clock. And then the second game, I had the entries, I and the 2 rows and the thwart, but um, I milled my Entreat the Angels on a surveilland, and I used my sword early to counter a spell. And because I did that, my opponent was able to exile both of them, and then I deck out because my heroes were in the 8 cards. Both heroes were in my last 8 cards in the deck, so I basically deck out. And the thing is, at the moment where I conceded, because I was like, yeah, okay, I deck out, it was time. So yeah, and it, it only happened because my opponent was very, very slow. If I had just played at the same pace as them, it was a 1-0 victory. So it's a bit interesting, and it's not really. It's a weird discussion about that when you play control, but I think if if I take more time, because I was playing very fast to hopefully end the match in the time, uh, because there was no way I would have lost this game against that player if I just took my time and just drew my deck at a time, and it was just I would have lost eventually, but I tried to finish the game as fast as possible, and it was the wrong play, and I should have just played the clock, which is not what I want to do. But if my opponent don't do any effort themselves to try to end the game in a reasonable pace, I think it's the thing to do. And it's a draw once again, and basically a loss for me because another draw. So I thought both of those draw were losses because you got results based on the number of points you get, and there was threshold, but one draw was equal. Basically, you get half of the prizes in both threshold. So yeah, but the second loss draw was basically a loss for me, and probably for them too. So yeah. Um, that's a lesson I learned. So if I win the first match against, and I know there is not enough time to play two more games, uh, I think I don't need to put back in my deck entry dangered, and I just need to just play the game, just prolong the game, and make sure to not deck out too fast. I just playing slowly, basically, just to win 1-0. It's not very uh, good mannered, but it does win games, I guess. Done with match, not games. Okay, so the fourth match was against Spell. Once again, I see all my forces. Uh, that's the advantage to play 4 Force of Will, 4 Force of Negations. And with the Mystic Sanctuary loop, if you handle the first wave of basically spells, uh, if I live until my turn 4, I'm basically set up to win the match. Then the next match was against Doomsday, yeah. So the same player, and I lose 0-2. I do not see dress down in the first game, and then I don't see enough interaction in the second game. I probably should have mulliganed my hand that was a bit light on interaction early, but hey, I got turn one Doomsday, I guess. So yeah, that happens sometimes. Mm. Then my sixth round, round 6, I was against Cradle Control, 2-0. It's a bye. And then I played against UB Reanimator, and I won 2-0 once again. He did play Atraxa on game 2. It was Atraxa on turn 2 or 3, I don't remember. But yeah, just resolve the Beanstalk, and it allows you to keep up in card advantage. It was close games, but he had a crazy for the game 2. He has a crazy opening, and still it's not enough to beat me. And I had the Beanstalk, but otherwise it was a bit of rage. So yeah, and that's all the matchups and the matchup play. So there you have it, everything. The thing, um, so the thing that marked me, that was that I noted when playing my matches were Brain Surge is bad, and it's bad because it's 3 mana basically. It's too expensive. Euro is okay, but it's not necessary. It's better than Brain Surge for sure, but you don't want to play 4 anyway. Um, so it's just nice that you have a win condition and you can end games. But I think the game 1, most of the time, I have no need to end it fast, because if my opponent try to play the game until the end, so if I show if I try to win with a thwart and taking them out, then I don't really need Euro, and most of the time that's enough. And if I put at least one Wasteland or one Ghost Quarter, basically sealed. I just sealed every out that my opponent have. So yeah, an Euro is not needed, but it's nice to have. And I think playing just playing one maybe, just nice. You gain life. It's not that dead of a draw most of the time. You can use it to just cycle. So yeah, but only one is probably enough, because there was oftentimes tension between the Setter Drift and Euro for exiling card from my graveyard. So uh, that's a thing. That's a thing I noted. Then, yeah, I was a bit too light on lands. The thing is, most of the time, I really wanted to make land drops every turn, and that was not enough. 21 total with the, if I count the Lorien Revealed as a land. And I think I want to be at 23, 24 lands if I'm playing a 60. The problem is I don't have, I did not have the space, but now I can make space. I can replace the two Brain Surge by Lorien Revealed, and that will be better. And then €1 maybe for the third land, maybe. I made new lists, so I'm gonna show them after that. Here you can see 2 new lists. Other thing I noted is that I lost. There was several games that I lost, at least 2, if I remember correctly, where I lost because I had no win condition left in my deck. So the thwart and the Rose is not a really good win conditions because if you don't have a gas blessing because you can deck out yourself, so it's not reliable like thwart or entry. And several times I just lost because yeah, no win condition left in my deck. Then yeah, about Temporal Mastery. So the card is great, but I have too many miracle cards in my deck, I think. And it's nice ad, but it's not necessary. And it's true that I had a lot of hands where yeah, it was just in my hand and did nothing, did not help me making my land drops or anything. So yeah, that's something. Maybe I can just cut down on them, not playing the full play sets. But I really like the. I was not. If the card was just in my deck and was not clogging my starting hands most of the time against a matchup like Nadu, like Nadu, Doomsday, stuff like that. I mean, it's fine. It's fine enough, but it just a lot of ends I have, and if Temporal Mastery was not Temporal Mastery, but like Portents, something like that, that's something I thought about. Would have been better, and I don't. Yeah, I need to play without to see how much I miss them for just turning games around. Because I don't really know if when I resolved Temporal Mastery early, like turn 3, 4, if it really helps me turning the game around. And when I was winning, well, I was already winning by a lot. But I really, really like the combo with Beanstalk here. So I need to try to play without and see if I'm missing them. And if not, well, maybe I'm gonna cut them because they are unfortunately a bit too clunky. But I really like the fact that I'm playing them. Or just cut down to maybe 2 Temporal Mastery and not playing the full playset. But the thing is, if I don't play the full playset, I don't really know if it's worth playing team then. The thing is, it's true that a lot of time I drew them when it was my second or third draw on the turn, and that feels bad with the Beanstalk. You cannot stack them. You can stack 2 miracle cards when you have a Beanstalk. So yeah, you don't need that many Beanstalk miracle effects because together they are clogging a bit too much yeah, the ends and the gameplay. So yeah, that was my observations about the deck. The Gates Blessing was fine, honestly. I never played against Painter, but never I was like, oh damn, I lost because of Gas Blessing. The fact that you can cycle it is making the card just almost free. And it's nice game one to be able to refuel your deck and put back more cards. Um, so yeah, like that. And sideboard wise, surgical extraction was not necessary. I did not bring it. I only did bring this card against reanimator, but it's already a buy, and against all spells, I did not bring that against breakfast. I don't really like this type of play because they have memories journey and stuff to avoid that. So I think I just need one surgical, or maybe I just don't need them at all. Maybe. Carpet of Lore was every time I resolved the card, it was just crazy. So there is a world where I just played the full play sets after that, but it's really tough to find the space. The only way is to maybe bring in Force of Negation in the main deck, because yeah, the weakness of this deck is combo decks, I guess, most of the time. I lost against Nadu, which is a combo deck, but you can interact with it, and Doomsday most of the time. And yeah, you want the Force of Negations against Doomsday. That's a great card to have. And I think I don't need Entry the Angels. Or maybe I need it. I don't really know. But never it helped. That card helps me close out the game fast to make it in time. Because I had the Euros, so I don't know about that. I just bring that card against like Nadu and Painter to make sure I have a win condition. So I think if I keep a 60 card versions of the deck, I think it's mandatory. I have to play it in the sideboard, but it's not really. I don't really want to. So yeah. So yeah, that was my observations, and so I had two new brews idea, two directions where to go with this list. And the first one was um, going to 80 cards. So 80 card versions here. I already played a league with these versions, and what I really like with that is I can still play Temporal Mastery, the full playsets. I can put more fetches in my deck. Is it? Yeah, it's the latest. Okay, so I need to modify this. Or maybe yeah, I'm gonna refresh the page. Where is the no Ghost Quarter? So this is the updated versions. Okay, so yeah, I can still play the full Miracle playsets. I can play Leyline Bindings now, and even though I have Leyline Bindings, and I add Xander of Lynch, my mana base is more stable because I have more fetches, and yeah, I just have more fetches. And when you compare from before I had the two Survey Land and the three Mystic Sanctuaries for if you count the Lordian Reveals, I was on 21 lands, and here I have 32 lands, so this is equivalent to 24 lands in a 60 card deck. So I have 3 more lands, and so I can put more lands in my deck without cutting any ratio of actual spells, so I can get more lands. That was one of the problems that I faced. And I only add one more tap land, but then I add a lot of fetches. Here I'm playing the full blue place 16 fetches compared to the 7 before. So 3 polluted and 4 flooded strand, and it shows it should be 4 polluted and 3 scaling down to really hedges and optimize everything, but uh, forget it. So yeah, I play more lands. I can support Xander Launch and Leyland Bindings, and still this is more stable. I will draw less often Mystic Sanctuaries and Alexander Lange and stuff, so this is really good. Also, ratio wise, the most bad thing here is that I'm gonna draw Brainstorm less often because it's a 80 card version, and I must say most of the game where I cast Brainstorm with this deck, I think I won them most of the time. So because yeah, just set up miracles. You see so many cards with that. So this is the best card in the deck. Um, so yeah, you will see less often Brainstorm, but Mastery and Terminus is gonna be less clunky. You can still play the 2 heroes. You can still have win conditions, and you get one more in Yorion. Yorion is very good when you can, if you have the time to get it back and stuff. I play 2 tutor, so I still have uh, basically uh, I have still have the beanstalk. I think I even have more beanstalk than the 60 card version. Well, this is a tutor, so it's not beanstalk, but it almost is the same thing. And you can just play 2. Most of the time, you're just gonna see 1 tutor, and you can tutor for a dress down or a leaden binding. So it's multi-purpose. I think it's pretty good in this deck. And then you just round up the deck with 4 portents, maybe only 3, and playing. I'm thinking about uh, cutting 1 portent maybe to put back 1 force of negation. So I keep the same ratio of forces in my deck. 4 and going to 6 after that, so just slightly more. And force of negation was pretty good most of the time because against Nadu it allows you to protect your removal. Against Reanimator it's not great, but it's fine enough. Against Moderate Prison it's fine. Against Cradle Control you counter Natural Order, so you have against Doomsday it's great. Against Upsal Spell it's great. Basically against every matchup it was great. So I think yeah, I'm gonna do the changes here. I'm gonna add 1 more here. And I'm gonna cut, I guess, wait. Oh yes, remove 1 and move to main deck. Just 1 here. And I'm gonna cut for now. I'm gonna keep the set adrift here because I need a way to put back my beanstalk in my deck or just remove them from play. And Dead Binding is not a great way to do it. And I can just put back anything I put in play in my deck to make sure I'm good. So yeah, I'm just gonna cut 1 portent. So the only thing I don't like with this list, and I can put back, I can add 1 more spell here in the sideboard. Maybe the Force Harbinger. Yeah, I'm gonna do that for now. It's gonna be change. Maybe it's gonna change after that, but so what I like is that against basically most of any non-combo matchup, the deck is better, and I hopefully will stop to lose against because I don't have any win condition left, and the mana base is more stable. But the downside is I will see Sword and Brainstorm less often, and Leyline Binding is not like Sword, but I gain the ability to deal more easily with bubbles, vexing bubbles, one ring, any stuff a bit weird. Uh, and Settle Drift, it's nice but isn't the fact that it requires you to have a force of will after that to make sure that the threat is dealt with. Yeah, it's not as good as Alien Mining, but you need it, and it's still a very good trigger. I have less cards that use my graveyard, so it's less tax. So yeah, I really like that. But against combo, you dilute a little bit more your sideboard. Against combo, I'm gonna see less often. I'm gonna see Force of Wills, and I won 2 match against Upsosper because I saw those Force of Wills. So yeah, I think it's a toss-up. I'm gonna test that. I know that at my local there's not many combo decks though, so this is gonna be better, I guess. Um, the other downside is that it's a 60 card deck, 80 card decks, and I hate shuffling more than 60 cards. So it's probably for that reason and that reason only that I'm gonna stay on 60 card, but I'm going turbo. So what does that mean? It means that I'm staying at 60 card and I'm cutting everything and I just keep the bare essential. So my deck is the most stable possible because I know that if I have Source to Plowshare, if I have Terminus and Brainstorm and Beanstalk, I'm gonna win the game, probably. Just a matter of time, and I need to stumble. I, I need to not stumble, and if I do not stumble, my mana base worked. I get my interaction. I'm gonna win most of the time, and then I just put in my sideboard the solutions for the matchup where that does not work. So I'm thinking about Cloud Post, for example. For Cloud Post, it doesn't work against Eldrazi. Does not work. So yeah. So here I did cut all my heroes, all my brain search, and I'm playing 4 portents. So I'm playing a lot of cantrips, maybe too much. But the goal is I just want to see only the good cards. I just want to see the good cards. Um, and Set the Drift here is a good card, for sure. Sword is not a good card, but it's really required for my deck to function, so I have to play it. So this is the tax, and with the Mystic Sanctuaries. One thing that is missing is maybe I should play what is called, because I'm gonna lose to Eldrazi with this deck, or maybe not. Maybe not. Um, can I win through Miko's Pawn? I don't really know. Can I win through Miko's Pawn? Because I can just thwart the land that is exiled. Yeah, so well, yeah, I think this win against Eldrazi also. I can win against pretty much everything with this. I'm not sure about that, but I think I have to play it. I have to test it. But I think even though there is the Mycospawn because this is Mycospawn is the only card basically that deny me the my strategy by exiling my lands. But if I keep the Shroud for that every time and I just save my land that should be exiled, I think I'm leaving. Yeah. So I think I can say like that, and I don't even need to play a wasteland or a good quarter for um, dealing with all the Cavern of Souls and yeah and stuff like that. And I had the space for the fourth dress down, but maybe that should be, yeah. I think I'm just gonna cut one because I was happy at 3. I'm gonna put Ghost Quarter, Ghost Quarter. So why Ghost Quarter instead of Wasteland. The reason is, uh, with the list previously, I was already good against Urza Saga, against the Construct and stuff. And I want to make sure if I'm playing against lands that I can kill the the test pen stage that copied Urza Saga, then copied a basic, and with that I can kill a basic. And when I'm looping my deck uh, at the end, I can guess blessing for Ghost Quarter, and basically I can Ghost Quarter every Cavern of Souls, every land in my opponent's deck, and make sure that they cannot cast anything. So that's why I'm gonna put a Ghost Quarter, and I like that because now I am at 24 lands, and I never, honestly, I never, almost never find that I have too many lands. I think I lost maybe one game because I flooded in my um, tournament, and yeah, for sure I lost several games because I was not able to make the land drops to up to 4 lands, and that's true. It doesn't help me to um, for Mystic Sanctuaries, but it does help me to play a Beanstalk turn through. It does help me to cycle for Lorien Reveal or cast it. It helped me to play a Dress Down. So yeah, I think I'm gonna stick with the one Ghost Quarter for now and see if it's ever come up. And it's basically free. I think the force Dress Down is not too much, but yeah, it's too much. I think I don't need the force just to make really sure. Um, or maybe I want the force to dress down for Doomsday, but I think with the 4 portent I have more chances to find it, and yeah. So yeah, this is the version at 60. So as you can see, it's it's really resemble the sideboard resemble a lot the previous version, but just you just lean down a lot, and you can cut the portent quite easily to for any sideboard if you want to bring in some sideboard, but you have the opportunity to find what you. It's more stable. Yeah, you can one land keep uh, more easily. You have more lands, so. And the business card, the most important card in the decks that are Swords, Brainstorm, and Beanstalk, and the Force of Will, so of course, do not change. And this is the brain and bread and butter of the deck. That's what you want to do, and that's what you want to get every time. I think Portent and Tamarisk is a good combo. The only downside is that I'm gonna get games where I'm just gonna play spells into nothing. So I'm gonna play Ponder. On my Ponder, I'm gonna see Brainstorm, Land, Portent. I'm gonna get, I guess, Portent. I'm gonna play Portent. I see still nothing. I shuffle, I draw a land, and yeah, I just spin my wheel doing nothing. But the thing is, if I do that, if it was, if I replace the card and it was Brain Surge and Hero, well, I would have, I would have just lost the game already, basically. so, so yeah, I think this is better, and I don't need Brain Surge, I don't need Hero, and this is the leanest version. The other downside of this version is that I cannot play that on MTGO. Um, I win with Sword, so I hope my opponent concede on game one. Otherwise, I'm just gonna lose to time. And yeah, that's not possible. I cannot do that. So maybe on MTGO I can put one Kaira instead of the Entreat, and yeah, maybe I'm gonna do that. The prismatic ending, I don't think I need it. I think I'm gonna cut it. and I can put back. Oh yes, I'm playing One Force of Negation because it's for Life from the Loam, so I have a spell that, and I can exile the opponent spell. And yeah, I think the first copy is fine, and it just allows me to make sure I cover everything. So yes, I'm cutting the prismatic ending, and I guess I'm gonna put one more carpet. I really liked the card here, and I could cut the other surgical. That is a word, but I think just one is fine. I can keep one. And yeah, um, yeah, I'm gonna try this on MTGO and put a Kyra and try to win with Kyra. Um, but the problem is it's still gonna take a lot of time, and I have to counter every removal my opponent have. So yeah. But yeah, thank you for watching. I hope you liked the my this video and the results and the information I bring. And I really hope you are motivated to try this list, try out this deck. I think this is really good. And moving forward for IRL tournaments, I'm gonna play this version without Kyra because it's useless, and I'm just gonna swat them out.